All right, shalom, shalom. Kahalayam La Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and to the elders, a great millstone that will teach well. Much peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing his word. And truth is sincere of heart, shalom. This is the brother Batak back again through the spirit with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be entitled Misanthropy. A word that I was put onto recently. And I just wanted to make this into a lesson. So the word is misanthropy. Misanthropy. Damn it. I'm saying it wrong again. Hold on.
Misanthropy.
Misanthropy. Yeah. Misanthropy. So it says misanthropy is the general hatred, distrust, or disdain for human species and human nature. Because what? Right now we are living in the captivity under our enemy, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and through his lack of leadership and the way he conducts and carries his kingdom, the whole world is but took on the form of the ruler. Everybody acts just like him, and this creates a society where everybody is being a brute beast, and it makes you hate. It makes you hate these people, man. It makes you have a disdain for them because everybody is following after wickedness. Nobody even cares about righteousness anymore. And this is because of the current ruler, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 10, um, verse. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "A wise judge," which Esau is not a wise judge. He was set up to be a wicked and unrighteous judge, a wicked ruler. It says a wise judge will instruct his people. And Esau don't give the people any type of instruction because true instruction comes from the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. That's what instruction is, you know? So the world doesn't follow after that vibration. They follow after the evil seeds that Esau has planted in their minds, with false and his false religions, his democracy and the LGBT and all of the things that come with the society. This whole world has um, flocked to flocked in the direction that Esau Edom is leading them, and that's what's causing this world to be the way it is, and that's why people really start to hate each other. Well, really, it's the righteous that's you know in this world that those that are rehearsing the righteous acts, they hate this world, not because we're not righteous, but we're rehearsing the righteous acts. The scripture says our righteousness is as filthy rags. So those that are rehearsing the righteous acts and want to disconnect from this world and want a regime change or change of leadership, those people hate this current rulership. It says, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered, and Esau's government is not well ordered. It's divided. You got the Democrats, Republicans. They can't agree. This place is divided. Verse 2 says, "As the judge of the people is himself." So who's the judge of the people right now? Esau. He is himself. What is Esau? He is wicked. He's evil. He's accustomed to do evil. It says, so are his officers. So his officers are going to be just like him. It says, "And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein." So the people follow after the influence of their ruler. So if the people are sodomites, guess what? The rulers are sodomites. You see, if the people are wicked, then the rulers are wicked, because you wouldn't have no wickedness in the all righteous leadership, man. You wouldn't have no um you would have examples being made, you know So since there are no examples being made, then wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Let me see. Polluted the earth. There's a scripture that says wickedness has exceedingly polluted earth. It's the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness has exceedingly," that means completely, excessively, "polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. How has wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth? Because of Esau. Wherever he goes, he spreads his evil, he spreads his wickedness. And remember, we just got in the book of Sirach. However, the people follow after the vibration of the ruler, hmm, or the influence. Let me type some on ChatGPT. Is it true that citizens follow the influence of their leader? All right, it says, yes, in many cases it is true. Citizens often influenced by their leaders, especially when those leaders have strong, visible authority and emotional appeal. Leaders shape how people think in several ways: setting the tone, controlling narratives, emotional connection, social proof, power and fear. Power and fear says in authoritarian systems, especially people follow especially people follow not just from admiration, but from fear of consequences. History shows this clearly. Nazi Germany. Hitler's influence shaped public behavior and belief on a massive scale. Rome. Emperors shaped loyalty, religion, and identity. Biblical Israel. I'm sorry, yeah. Kings often led the nation either toward the Most High or towards idols. First Kings 15:26, Second Chronicles chapter 33. Modern times, political leaders shape public opinion, culture, and even how people treat each other. See, even how people treat each other. So what does that show you? The scriptures don't lie. See, so because of Esau, the current ruler, wickedness has completely consume the whole world, man. And this is the way things are until Esau gets taken out of the way. Now, going back to the word misanthropy, it says the the general hatred, distrust, or disdain for the human species and human nature, because everyone in this society is evil and wicked, stemming from a negative moral judgment or humanity's perception. I'm sorry, perceived flaws like selfishness, hypocrisy, and cruelty. Because of the current ruler, people are selfish. Esau is the epitome of a niggard. What is that? Well, niggard is a stingy person, and everybody follow, which is basically a selfish person. So, because of the hypocrisy and selfishness and cruelty of mankind under the rulership and influence of Esau, this this causes you to have this word misanthropy, man. You really don't trust nobody. You don't like people because of the way they are. They don't desire to be righteous or change their ways. You know, people are the way they are, and they're following after the influence of their leader, man. All right, observation of human flaws. It says disgust with vices such as greed, arrogance, hypocrisy, and violence, and that's what we experience. We experience all of these things, and that makes you want not to be close or around people, or especially of our own nation. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they follow after the vibration of their leader, man. They're a bunch of robbers. They're a bunch of murderers. They sell drugs. They do all kinds of evil. They're sodomites because of what the current rulership allows this type of energy to be pushed forward. They allow these things, man. They allow men to sleep with men. They allow women to sleep with women. This society, just needs to be destroyed because it's America's known as the land of Sodom, and this place is completely consumed by that spirit, man. It's everywhere, you know, and that's why we need a regime change. We need a new leader, man. We need Yahweh Shai to sit upon the throne because this society is going to continually get progressively worse. Let's see. All right, it says allu- disillusionment. I believe I'm saying that right. It says a result of witnessing global injustice, war, environmental destruction, and social anthropy. See, disillusionment. That's a new word. All right. There are different types of misanthropy, which is a psychological misanthropy. It says a reasoned, often intellectual condemnation of human nature rather than just an emotional reaction. See, that's what we have. We have psychological entropy because it's a reason why we have these thoughts, man. Because we condemn the nature of man, especially under the rulership, especially Esau. All right, emotional active entropy, which means says feelings of intense anger, disgust, or contempt toward humanity, and that's how we feel when we look at 2/3 of our people. We're disgusted with them. We're mad at them because what? Their actions, the things that they do, the things that they say, the way they conduct themselves, which we are trying to we are change our ways and trying to be better because we was once like that. But the Lord took us out of that state of mind. So now we see our people doing the things we used to do. We're upset with them because they refuse to turn back. They refuse to change their ways. The scriptures call them turn back or backsliding daughter. All right, passive or detached misanthropy. It says a weary resignation or desire for isolation. Isolation. You don't want to be around people. You don't want people around you. You basically isolate yourself. The scriptures tell you to um be not equally yoked. 2 Corinthians 6:14 it says, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what commun what communion hath light with darkness? See, so we don't supposed to be equally yoked with unbelievers. So what that is basically passive or detached misanthropy. When you disconnect yourself, you isolate yourself from these type of people. It says a weary resignation or desire for isolation, other often focusing on avoiding human contact rather than actively hating. So you avoid these type of people. That's why um, we hang around with brothers that are like-minded. The scriptures speak about being like-minded. Like-minded. Let me see. I'm gonna read Philippians 2:2. It says, "Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded."